They were never in this game, Roy. What was wrong? What was wrong with them?
It's the way they started. They were slower at the blocks. Foden mentioned earlier, the way they started again. They sent a message that they were up for it. Obviously, the first goal is huge. A goal done after 8 minutes. Never recovered. There were spaces everywhere. They were sloppy in possession. Rashford didn't get hold of it. The wide players giving away, just sloppy play. Every time City went forward, they looked like they were going to score. Man City were magnificent. Watching Man City, it is a pleasure. Watching them live, they're one of the best teams I've ever seen. But Man United, a huge setback from them. And again, we were giving them a little bit of praise over the last few weeks, but this is a huge step back. 4-0 down at half-time. They were 4-0 down at Brentford. And the performance in the second half, it's no good. Even this consolation, they scored a few goals. The game's over. Man City switched off. They made a lot of substitutions. There was no aggression in Man City's play in the second half. They were still obviously comfortable going forward, but defensively, very, very poor. Nothing from Man United to take out of this game, just real. I think from the players' point of view, they really should be embarrassed. You can't go in a half-time 4-0 down in a derby game. It's hugely embarrassing. As brilliant as Man City were, United were desperate, particularly midfield. They got overrun in midfield, defensively all over the shop. Again, we look at leadership. There was nothing there for Man United.
Pep Guardiola said before the game that it always comes down to just a difference in quality between the players. And while Manchester City could argue they have the better quality on the pitch in this game, the application that Manchester United put in, particularly in the first half, the things that you're saying, the sort of immeasurable qualities that they were lacking in that. How can they excuse that in a derby?
For all City's quality in which they have, you still have to make it a little bit hard for them. We highlighted there at half-time, obviously the first few goals, particularly the first goal. It's 5-10 minutes into the game. It's not as if they've worn Man United down with their passing, they're tired. It's still early in the game. There's no aggression. You've got to close people down. If you drop off the quality of players of Man City, you're going to be in huge trouble. Haaland and Foden were brilliant, but if they're getting the surface when people like De Bruyne and you're giving them time and space, you are looking for trouble. And they got punished, and rightly so, because this game is brutal. Top-level sport is fantastic. It's brutal for Man United today. When you're not quite at it, you get hammered by your local rivals. Brilliant there for Man City, absolutely fabulous. 2 players there get interviewed, hat-tricks for both of them, fantastic. But for Man United, again, they should be embarrassed.
I just think with Man United, with the game plan, obviously we thought there was going to be more counter-attacking team. But if you see when De Bruyne was going to get the ball deep, their midfielders was trying to go and press De Bruyne, then was leaving the space right in the middle of the park. And normally what Man United do is go deep and then go on the counter-attack. But in the middle of the park, they tried to go man versus man, and it left a huge gap in between. All that allowed is the likes of Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne to get on the ball, Gundogan running forward, and it created that space for Haaland. That was very, very naive today.
Everyone's got a plan before a game, but when the referee blows that whistle, and to be fair to Pep, he had that message at the start of the game. It's about the players, about the quality, smelling moments, seeing something, reacting to something. But Man United have an experienced team out there. We were talking about how many players Man City were missing, but it was no problem to them. And the one word you'd always use at Man City, whoever comes into the team, is pure quality. That's what they have. Their decision making. They seem to always have time on the ball, whereas Man United just seemed all over the place. And the goals they're giving away, and you're hoping your goalkeeper might make the odd save. Again, imagine, I just can't imagine going into a dressing room when you're a big club like Man United and you're 4-0 down at half-time. It must be bizarre, but saying that they must be getting used to it because they've done it at Brentford. But the manager must be scratching his head with his staff and thinking, we've made progress over the last 4 games. Huge setback.